This conference will now be recorded.
Perfect. Last class, we were talking about dynamic components. We have seen how to create a dynamic component, dynamic components. Then we went ahead with Aura method, action overrides. We have seen whenever a parent wants to control or transfer a variable from a parent controller to a child controller, we use Aura method. Aura method goes by inheritance, whereas all your lightning events are always bubbling from bottom to up, the difference between both, right? Today, we will start with interface. Write down, put a heading called as lightning interface. Put a heading called as lightning interface. Next, lightning interface. Start writing, right? Lightning interface. Lightning element. Lightning element to share. Lightning element to share. To share. Component. Lightning element to share. Sorry. Lightning element to share. Attribute, comma, method, comma, event. Lightning element to share attribute, methods, and event to multiple lightning components or application. To multiple lightning components or application is called interface. To multiple lightning components or application is called interface. Interface is called interface. Now let's understand. There's a component, there's a one more component, there is a one more component. In this component, for example, let's say that, right, I'm using, right, name. Please enter the name. Phone, fax, industry, city, AADHL, Aadhaar, PN, PAN. In one component, my paint is not working today, so I'm using a PowerPoint presentation, right? So this is how, right, we are entering it. Okay. Oh, it's making a full screen. Okay, right. In the second component, I have name, right, phone, enter the name, enter the phone, enter the fax, enter the industry, enter the industry, enter the city, in the next component, you have entered the name, enter the phone, enter email, enter the email, enter the city, enter industry. Now, in all the three components, you see that we have to enter the name, phone, fax, industry, city, Aadhaar, PAN, and something, something. If we have three components, how many attributes you have to create? In the first, I have to create 7 attributes. In the second, I have to create 5 attributes. In the third, I have to create 5 attributes. Yes or no? Yes. To abstract
Yes.
the data, you have to create
Yes,
an
sir.
attribute. If you go by the attribute way of Now, is it not waste of time? Everywhere you're almost entering the same thing. So why can't you declare in one location and then don't declare here? Just use it. Just use it. Just use it. Call it. Call it. From where? From here. Call it. From where? Right? This will save time. Not only that, this will save the space also. Here also, name is there, phone is there, whichever is common. Name, phone, fax, industry. That means this whole, I don't need to declare. I can go ahead and I can call it from here. Right? I declare at one location and then I will directly call it. Here, right? Here also same thing. I'll remove except one. What? Email. I can remove name, phone, everything. Right? I can remove everything and I can call the common one here in the place. All your name, phone, fax, industry is a common to all the three components. Now, how many attributes are you creating? In component 1, you're only creating 2 attributes. In component 2, you're creating nothing. In component 3, you're creating 1 attribute. This sharing of resources is called interface. This sharing of resources is called interface. Interface. With interface, what are the things you can share? You can share 3 things. Number 1, attribute. Number 2, method. Number 3, event. With interface, you can share 3 different concepts of Salesforce Lightning: attribute, methods. Now I showed you an interface with attribute. This is an example of interface with attribute. This is a clear example of interface with attribute. In a single interface, you can have interface with attribute plus method plus event. Everything in a single interface you can have. That means in your project in the real time, once you get the requirement, you can put all the requirement into single one interface and you can call the interface. If you remember in the classic, when we were doing Apex programming, whenever you're writing interface, right? Interface is nothing but a class that contains only method is called interface. Whenever a class, another class is implementing the interface, then all the methods are compulsory. Here it's not that. Here, all the fields are not compulsory. It's not that if I call the interface, I have to use name, phone, fax, industry, city. No, I can take only 2 variables from there, name and phone. Here, you can share attribute in Lightning. Interface can share attribute, methods, event. But in Classic, interface is only meant for method. This is called Lightning interface. Everyone clear? Anybody has any questions before I start doing practical of each one of them? What is the advantage? You don't need to declare the common variables everywhere. You can put them in a single place called as interface. You can declare them and you can use this interface. Any component can call it within the application or multiple applications. For example, for a single project, you can have one interface and all the component in the project will be implementing the interface. Let us see the practical use and then you'll understand. Rupam @ lt123.com, password crm1234 hash. I log into my Salesforce Lightning environment. There we go. I click on setup. I click on developer console. Looks like the internet is slow. Everything was working fast earlier. Suddenly it became slow. There we go. My developer console opens up. I click on file. I click on close all. File, new. I click on lightning interface. Here we go. This time not component, not event. I'm creating an interface. Lightning interface. What is this? LE underscore today's date 12/02 underscore interface with attribute. I copy the name, Control C, submit. See, system is creating an interface with attribute. Remember that. There we go. I close the description. I keep my framework as it is. Here we go. Interface. I will say description. If you want, you can remove it. Description, interface with attribute. Right? Interface with attribute by the name notepad. Let me see whether I can open at least the notepad. I click on notepad. I'm not able to open anything from desktop after the Windows update. Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me go to my desktop. Let me open. Any text, right? I will open. Let's say that data. I don't know. 901 byte. Lightning 2. Okay. Let me open this. Here we go. Let me go ahead and save this. Control V. Because we need this. Right. There we go. Now, attribute within. Right. Interface with attribute. Now I'm going to define an attribute here. Right. We are creating an interface with attribute. Aura attribute, aura attribute. Name equals to emp name. Type is equals to string. Name. Employee age. Employee salary. Employee city. Age integer. Salary decimal. City string. I created an interface with attribute. This interface can be called by any component, any application. especially all the components. Right? Now I'll show the use. File, new, lightning component. LC underscore interface with attribute underscore one. Right? I didn't put example one there. Okay. Okay. Fine. Right? So first one, I click on submit. Right? There we go. I close the description. I'm keeping only the framework. Now I will say lightning card. Lightning lightning card. I will say title equals to employee details. Employee details. Lightning spelling H is missing. Lightning card. I will say lightning. Lightning input. Label equals to employee employee name. Where is the attribute? It's in the interface, not in the component. Whenever you want to implement an interface, you have to use an implement keyword. implements. Implements. Implements equals to C colon the interface name. C colon the interface name. C control S. I don't need to enter the attribute. Now I can directly say that value equals to exclamation V dot. In the interface, you have this employee name. See, without declaring an attribute, I'm using it. Where is V dot? In this component, there is no attribute called as employee name. See, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, employee age, employee salary, employee city. Whenever somebody enters the age, it has to go to EMPH. Whenever somebody enters the salary, Control C, I come to the component, salary. Whenever somebody wants to enter the city, then I will have button or set attribute equals to actions. I will have a button lightning buttun button. Label equals to submit. On click, call a function, exclamation, exclamation, C dot sub submit. Then a paragraph tag, then a bold tag, star, right? RESULT, start. Employee name, employee age, employee salary, employee age, employee salary, employee city, right? Spelling is wrong. Lightning, Ligh Light, right? Ning, lightning button. Whatever you have entered above, exclamation V dot, display the data here. Employee name, like this. Control V, Control V, Control V. Here age, employee age. Here employee salary. Here employee city. Here employee city. Right? After each line, one paragraph. Paragraph tag, paragraph tag, paragraph tag, paragraph tag. Control S on the keyboard, save. Now, whenever you click the button called Submit, whatever the data that you enter on the top, you have to now display at the bottom. Actually, I don't need it, right? As soon as you enter the data, it will be available here. You enter it, it will be available here. As of now, Submit, or we can say clear. Anything. CLEAR, clear. Clear. I will say clear me. Clear me. Now I'm writing a clear me program. Control S. I go to the controller. I say clear me. What is that? Component dot set. Set what? V dot. What is attribute? Employee name. Set with what? Set with null. Control C. What is the second attribute? Employee age. Set with null. What is the third attribute? Employee sal. Set with null. What is the fourth attribute? Employee city. Set with null. Control S. Close the controller. Close the controller. One component is over. Let's take one more component. File, new, lightning component. I will say 2. I will click on submit. By the way, I need this name also. Okay, anyhow, we will say submit. Right? I close the description. I say component, right? Implements. Implements. I is small, by the way. Implements. What is that? Implements equals to your interface name. What is the interface name? This one. Control S on the keyboard, right? Lightning component C colon. Interface name. This is the interface name. Control S, save. Here also I will do the same thing. I'm copying this whole. Control C, Control V. But here I want only 2 fields. I don't need all fields. I will display only 2 fields, not all fields. Control S. Here I'm going to the one controller. I copy the controller. Control C. I close one controller. I go to the 2. I click on controller and I replace with my controller, and here only 2 are there. Control S. See, I'm not implementing all the attributes from the interface. Rupam, you want an extra attribute, then declare here. Aura, attribut, name equals to Aadhaar, type equals to integer, right? Enter the input. Control C. See, in the component 2, I'm having one more. Employee AADH, Aadhaar CAD card number. This is not declared as a part of your interface. In the interface, there is nothing called Aadhaar. So that's the reason I'm declaring it separately here. Here, one more line I'm displaying. Employee AADH, Aadhaar. Whatever you enter here, it has to go to the Aadhaar. I'm not entering, I'm displaying here. So there is whatever you enter here in the Aadhaar will be displayed here. Result. Control S, right? Integer. There's a space I gave. There we go. Control S. See, I'm not writing in the clear. This too, I will call in an application. New. I will say application. I copy the name. I will say LA. 12, 1 and 2, both. I say submit. I close the description. I call the component. C colon. There we go. Component 1. Both the components I'm calling. 2 individual components. Not yet over. Not yet over. File. New. One more component I'm creating. I will say LC. Lightning component. I will say 3. Submit. I created a third one. Now I go ahead and again I say implement. Implements. There also I will go ahead and I'll copy this whole card. Control C. I come here. I put it. There I don't want the name. I just want the salary. Only 2 attributes. I don't want the name. I want only salary. Control S. I'm not even writing the clear button as of now. That's okay. Right? Now I create one more application. New Lightning application. LA. There are 2 applications. LA12, LA3. There are 2 applications. LA12, LA3. In LA3, I'm calling the third component. C colon, third component. In LA12, I'm calling 1 and 2. Extend, right, equals to force extend, right, extends equals to force SLDS. Save it. I click on preview. This is my third application is coming up where I can enter only 2. Next, by the way, paragraph has to come here also. After this, you have to have a paragraph. Control S. Component, paragraph, Control S. Component 3, paragraph, Control S. Now come to the application 2 preview. There are 2 applications I have open in front of you. Oh, the application 2 is not well because we didn't set extend. Extends. Force SLDS. Come here now, right? You see, there are 2 components. One component has all the 4 fields. Second component has Aadhaar. See? Employee name, Rupam, right? See, when I'm entering Rupam, it's coming only in the one component. It's not coming in the next component. In the next component, I'm entering, right? I'm entering Sahib. Even though Try to understand. Name. From here you are entering Rupam. From the second one you are entering Shahid. For the second one you are entering Shahid. Same name field I'm calling here. Same name field I'm calling here. But see, for both the components, it acting as different. If you enter Rupam, it's getting to only one attribute. Finally, in the interface, there is only one name. But this name is being used by multiple components. But the data is not getting sharing. No data sharing happens. Only individual. That's what I'm trying to show you and trying to make you understand. Rupam. This is stored where? From where the attribute came? It is came from the interface. Here also name is there. From where the attribute came? From the interface. In interface, are there two names? No, only one name. In one name, you're entering Rupam, and another name, you're entering Shahid. But you see that if you enter Rupam, it's not passing to the second component. If you enter Shahid, same way in the third, right? Employee age, 37. Shahid age, 23. Shahid Aadhaar card number, this is an extra. Here, employee salary, 1200. Employee city, Hyderabad. We also have one more here. Employee salary, 9123. Employee city, Mumbai. See, here I'm not getting Hyderabad. That means if you call this interface 20 times, 20 instance of the name is created. 20 instance of the variable will be created. And each will have separate. Even though it's one attribute. See, now I come here. Now I come in the first one and I say clear. It will clear the only first. It will not clear the second. Even though you are clearing the attribute name, even though you are clearing the attribute age and city. But you see that in the second component, age is still there, name is still there, age is still there. See, in the third component also, right, city is still there, Mumbai. It's not cleared. So when you're clearing it, doesn't mean that the whole name will be cleared. Suppose you're clearing it, doesn't mean the name. If you put a button, if you push the button to clear in component one, doesn't mean that the data will be cleared everywhere. No, they don't work as a connectors, they work as a individual attributes. For each component, this two belongs to one application now, guys. This two belongs to one application. Whereas the third one is another application. See, all the three components are calling the interface, but the data in the components are not conflicting, even though they belong to the same attribute. I have used city everywhere in component 1, component 2, component 3. In component 1, Hyderabad, in this 2, there something. But data is not conflicting with each other, even though the attribute is same. I didn't declare the attribute anywhere. For example, if you go to the component 1, right, I directly started with the input. Where is the attribute? It is in the interface. That means the value is getting assigned to the interface? No. If this employee name would have got assigned to the interface, then what would have happened? Component 2, which is calling, should also have the same. But it's not like that. That is the goodness of interface. One name declared, 1,000 components can use it. In each component, the data can be different, even though they are calling the same interface. Even though they are calling the same interface. Even though they are calling the same interface. Clear, guys? Clear, guys?
Super.
Everyone able to understand interface with attribute. One interface can be used by multiple components, multiple applications. Still, they remain individual. They don't conflict with each other. Even though it's a one interface, here In this, multiple values are getting assigned. Rupam. Second, Shahid. If you're calling it in third, then Mahesh. See, one attribute is taking multiple values, but the values are not getting conflict with each other. Component one value has not been passed to the second one. The component second value is not passed to the first one. Everybody clear the way it's working. Interface. Anybody has any questions before I go to the next one called interface with method? Interface with method.
Rupam, it is interface is just the reusability of code, right?
Reusability of a lightning attribute, lightning method, and lightning events. Only three. I will not say reusability of lightning components. No. You cannot declare a component inside an interface. Interface can take only attribute, method, and event. That's it. Only three. So it's a reusability. Reusability of a method, reusability of a event, reusability of a attribute.
Is there any standard interfaces like we have Apex, like database.back?
No. Here there is no standard interface. Here we have to create interface. In Lightning, we create interface as per our requirement. In Classic, interfaces are not created. They are only used. In Classic, we don't create interfaces in Apex. We actually use the interfaces provided by Salesforce, database.patchable, database.queueable, database.schedulable. We don't use database. Implement schedulable, implements, right? Database.patchable, implements queueable. See, here there are predefined. Here there are no predefined. You have to build your own interfaces. Clear, everyone? This is called interface with attribute. Interface with attribute. Interface with attribute. Done. Done.
Yes, Rup.
Sir,
Perfect.
when we are using use that flexi page implements equal to we did, right? That same
Correct.
thing.
Correct. Same thing. With comma, you can put now.
Oh,
Implements. With we have all comma. There you can put comma C:, with this.
those are provided by Salesforce, sir.
Now, those are default one. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Those are for place locations where this component can be used. They're also a using interface. Right. Perfect. Next, interface with method. Second one, interface with method. Rupam, what do you want to do? I want to declare an interface. I have two applications. Application 1, application 2. I have two applications. Right. Inside the application, here I have one component in the first one component, and there are total three components are there. Here, one component in the second application. There are also three. There are also three. Now here, one parent want to control two childs. One parent want to control two childs. One parent want to control two childs. Here, parent want to control the child. Again, the child want to control grandchild. So that you need to declare for the application 1, A1. This is application 1. This is A2, application 2. For both, you have to declare how many events, how many methods. One aura method. No, two aura methods has to be declared. Methods. Child will have a method. Parent will call it. 2. Here also 2. 2 plus 2, 4 methods has to be declared. Why 4 method, Rupam? Why can't I declare the aura method here? A-U-R-A, aura method. Aura method. Why can't I declare in the interface only one time and use that in both the application? Reusability. That's the whole concept. That is the whole concept. That is the whole concept. See, shall we do it? Right? Now, if we don't have interface, then here you have to declare aura method. Here also you have to declare aura method. Here also you have to declare, oh no, not in the parent, child, aura method. Here also you have to declare aura method. How many methods you have to create? 4 methods you have to create. Rather than creating 4 methods, now what will I do? I will go ahead and I will just create a single method. I will create a single method and all these aura methods which I need. Sorry. I will go ahead and I will strike. I don't need. I can have a common method in an interface and then I can start using those method here. This is what is called interface with method. Interface with method. Interface with method. Earlier, interface with attribute. This piece, interface. This is interface with method. Whereas this one is interface. Let's change the color to something else. This purple one is interface. Here also. The purple one is interface. We'll take it. Interface. This is interface with method. Let me do it now. I close everything. File, close all. File, new, lightning interface. LE underscore 1202 underscore example 2 underscore interface interface with method. Interface with method. I copy the name because I need it. I click on submit. One interface got created, by the way. Now I'm creating one more interface. Example 2 with method. I close the description. I'm in the framework. I don't want to define attribute. I remove it. I will say interface with method. Interface with method. Interface with method. Perfect. Inside this, I'm going to declare aura method. Aura method. In the interface, I'm declaring. Remember that. Name equals to CUMMON common method. Name equals to common method. Action ACTION. Action equals to right, exclamation C dot COMMON common me. Action equals to C dot common me. Common method common me. Inside this, a method can contain attribute aura attribute attribute. Name of the attribute equals to CO. Name of the attribute equals to name. Type equals to string. See, attribute only with method with one attribute. You want more attribute, you can declare inside it. Chalo, we'll declare one more. Method with two attributes, name and city. I created an interface with attribute earlier. Now I'm creating an interface with method. Second example, with method. Inside the method, attribute is there. Perfect, Rupam. I created an interface. Anybody calling this interface can now use this method. Anyone, whoever is calling this interface. File, new, lightning component, LC, right? Example 2, interface method, I will say 1, 1, 2, 3, I'll create. Same thing, 1, submit. System is creating a component. What I will say, implements. Implement equals to name, C colon, name of the interface. Here is the name of the interface. In this interface, what I have? In this interface, I have gone ahead and I've created, right? This is a child, 1 and 1. I should have written child, okay, anyhow, fine. 1 and 2 will be child, 3 will be the parent as of now. Let's take, right? There we go. Inside this, what I will do, right? Inside this, I will go ahead and I will say, right? Lightning, LIGHTNING, lightning card. Title equals to child 1. Title equals to CHILD child 1, right? I will say employee name, EMPLOY, employee name, colon. What is this? I have to declare an attribute. Aura ATTRIBUT attribute. Name equals to, name of the attribute equals to EMP name. Type equals to string. Copy this. I'll have two attributes. Employee city. Employee name equals to exclamation v dot name. What were the data you entered? Next, copy this. Employee city. Whatever is there in EMP city will be displayed here. And after that, each one of them has a paragraph tag. So that system shows them in the paragraph. Clear now? Right? Perfect. Till here it's all good, Rupam. Now, Here, there is no button because parent is controlling it. This is a child, remember that. That is the reason I've given title equals to child1. Control S on the keyboard, saved. Now I go to the method, common me. Where is the common me? I'm going and writing in the controller, common me. In the common me, how to get an attribute? How to get an attribute? Var, right? PARAMS, params equals to, what is that? Event dot get PARAM, get param. In the bracket, argument. If you remember those class, arguments, var nm equals to params dot params dot. In that you have name. Next, var city equals to params, whatever you have taken here, params dot city. From where this is coming? Parent. From the parent, whenever it's coming, I use arguments. Event dot get param, arguments, and that will be stored in the params. From there, I'm taking the name out. Now it is a time for me to send it to the screen. Components dot set, component dot set, v dot. In the component, it is called emp name. Whatever the data that has come in nm, pass it there, and the name will be displayed. Name will be displayed. Next, employee city. What is the value? City. Control S, over. Control S, over. Now I'm creating one more component. File, new, lightning component. I will say 2. 2. I click on submit. I close the description. I come to component 1. I say control A, control C. I go ahead, control A, delete, control C. See, control S. I go to the component 1. I go to the component 1 controller. I copy everything, control C, close it. I go to the component 2. I go to the component 2 controller, control A, delete, control V, paste it. Both component 1 and component 2 are same now. 2 child component. I'm trying to do the same example. 2 child component. They have an aura method. Did I declare any aura method inside it? No. See the component? Now I will create a master, the parent one. File, new component. What is this? I'll copy this name because I need it. I will say parent. P. I say submit. P. I close the description. By the way, here I say this is child 2. Control S, child 2. Child 1, child 2. Now here, I go ahead. I will say lightning. Let's do it. Lightning layout. Lightning layout item. Size equals to 6. Inside that, I'm calling the first component. 1 child. Wait. There's a one more. 6. Here I'm calling the second one. Now parent has become parent because it has called the child. I will say lightning name, ALLOW, allow, MULTIPLE, multiple, allow, M capital or M small, multiple rows, not allow, multiple rows, ROWS rows, equals to true. Now I will create the parent component here. LIGHT lightning, LAYOUT layout, lightning layout, size equals to 12, 12, full it will take. Inside this, I will take lightning card, title equals to parent. Here also I need an input. So what I will do, I'll declare. But here I will say PEMP name P. P means parent. Right? What has happened? Size. The attribute size was not found in the component. Lightning layout. What happened?
Lightning layout item, Robin.
Lightning layout item. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. It's an item. ITM item. Control S. Perfect. Now here I will say lightning. LIGHTNING lightning. Input. Lightning input. Label equals to enter. EMPLOY employee name. Enter employee name. By the way, let's go ahead and see. Yep, child one, we are displaying the name. Here also displaying the name. Enter employee name. Whatever you enter here, value, exclamation, V dot, P employee name. Now, next, Control C, Control V. Enter employee city. Right, where is the city? City is here. Next, aura set. Aura set. What is that? I will say lightning button, aura set, attribute equals to action. Actions. Lightning button. Label equals to submit. On click. On click. Exclamation C dot call me. That's it. You're entering the data in the parent and it will be displaying the child. Where is the call me? Now I go copy this. I go to the parent controller. I say call me. First step, whatever the data that you have entered, capture it. Var PNM equals to components dot get. Component dot get equals to what? V dot. In the parent, it is called P name. Whatever you have entered in the P name, capture it. Next, var, right? I will say P city. P city. Whatever you have entered in the P employee city, that line the component will be called as P city. Control S. Next, declare IDs to this. Whenever you're calling a child, you have to declare the ID. You have to declare the ID. Aura ID equals to C1. Here, second one. Aura ID equals to C2 component 2, control S. Now come to the controller. Find the component. Find the component. Go ahead and find the component. Where component C1 is equals to component dot find. Component dot find. Find what? What is the ID? ID I gave as C1. Find the C1. And then call the method. Right? CC1 dot. What is the method name? The method is in the interface. Common method. CC1 dot common method. In this, I will say, now pass that. What is the attribute? First one, name, pass ppn, comma, second attribute, pct. See? Similarly, right? CC1 dot common method. Call the second child. Call the second child. 2. C2. Call the method. C2 dot common method, pass the parameters. Over. Parent calling to child. The method is in the event. The method is in the interface. Both the child are implementing the interface. So do the parent. Parent also has to implement interface. If the parent doesn't, then it's not going to possible. So implements. Parent also has to implement the interface. Everybody is now implementing the interface. You can see. Everybody is implementing the interface. Control S. Now I create an application. Lightning application. Right? Control A, Control C. Copy the name. Submit. I go ahead and close the description. I say C colon underscore P. Call the P. Only the parent. Implements. Here you don't need to implement. Force.
Extends Rupam.
Oh, extends, my mistake. EXTENDS. Extends. Force SLDS. Over. Click on preview and see. Two child. Child 1, child 2. Parent on the top. In the parent, there is a button. In the parent, you enter the name. RUPM Rupam. You enter the city. HYDRABAD Hyderabad. I click the button submit. Both the childs are reacting. See. Data entered in the parent has now been passed to the child. I click the submit button on the parent. Two childs reacting. How many methods I created? Only one method. With one method, I'm controlling 2 child, 3 child, 4 childs. See, I don't need to write a method again. Every child need not to contain the method. We can declare the method inside an interface. And everybody is implementing the interface, you see. SHARUK, Shahrukh, KHN, Shahrukh Khan. City, Mumbai. Submit. See, both child 1, child 2 reacting at a time. That's exactly what I started, said I'll do it. I did this first piece now. Here it is. This is what we did now. Parent controlling 2 childs. Parent controlling 2 child. I didn't do the A2. I did the A1. Parent controlling the child. See, I don't need to declare methods multiple times. Reusability of aura method. Reusability of aura method. You declare the method inside the interface and you can use it in same application, multiple application, but they work individually. This sharing of method is called interface with method. The way we shared attributes, now we are sharing method. In project, I don't need to create 100 methods. I can just create one method and I can use it in 100 components in 50 applications. I did the A1. I did the A1. Now you will do, right, homework for today. You will do A2. You will do the A2. You will do A2. Everybody is able to understand yes or no. What is an interface? What is an use of an interface? Yes, everyone. Interface, use of interfaces. Yes or no? Everyone clear?
Yes, 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 clear.
Right? So multiple application can use the same interface, and inside the interface you can have attribute, you can have method, you can have event. Here I did A1, you will do the A2. From in A2 you will enter the data in where? In the top, in the P1. Here you will enter the data. Here you will enter the data. Enter the name. Here you will have a button. On parent you'll have a button. That's the button. When you click on it, immediately the child should display the data. Then again, in the child, again you click the button. Same data that is there received from the parent has to be displayed in the second child. This is the parent. I'm giving you the homework. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. If try it today itself. P, this is the parent, right? This is the parent. What is this? This is PC. It's a parent as well as child. PC, parent as well as child. It is a child for parent. It's a child for parent, and it's a parent for the below child. C. So this is called PC. Or you can say grandparent to parent, parent to child. Anything. You enter the data here. Rupam. You will enter the data there. Right. In the here you'll be entering the data. You click submit. Immediately here, Rupam has to be shown. Rupam has to be shown. Again you click submit. Again you click one more button. Then that same Rupam has to be shown here. This is what I want. You can do it automatically also. You click one button, both should react. The way here we did. One button, then both will react. Then what will happen? Right? No. Then it'll be the same thing again. That's the reason I said you click a button, this should show Rupam. Here you're in the second component, you're not entering anything. You click submit button, then the third should show Rupam. Everybody understood what to be done? Right? Got it, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, Rupa.
Yes, everyone? Do it. I want you to do it. Please do the homework today itself. Don't keep it for next week. If you're not able to get it, tell me, I will do it. But you guys have to do this by yourself. Remember this very well. A2 is a homework. Tomorrow, right, 9:30 Indian Standard Time, as usual, we will start with, if you are not able to do, then I will do this A2. Right, interface with method, and then we will go by interface with event. Once we complete interface with event, then we will go ahead with lightning token. Tomorrow, lightning token. Lightning token. Lightning token. Tomorrow, I might extend your class. We'll be covering lightning token. We'll be covering lightning out. This is how many weekends? Can somebody tell me which weekend are we in? 6th or 7th?
7th, I think, Rupal.
7th, right? Perfect. 7th weekend.
8th weekend, sir.
See, 8th weekend. We should have completed lightning now. That means tomorrow I will extend the class maybe for half an hour to 45 minutes more, right? So come with your breakfast. Your class might go to 12, 12:15 or 12:30, maybe 1 hour also more. Tomorrow we'll be covering lightning token also, the last lightning token. Next week onwards, we'll start LWC because I need 5 to 6 weeks there. 8, there it will take 6 weeks. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It will become 14 weeks and 3.5 months. So tomorrow we will see the token, we will complete the lightning, and next Saturday onwards we will start LWC, lightning web component, right? And the class will continue for next, right, 1.5 months. Remember that you still have 1.5 months to go, approximately another 1.5 months to 1 month 3 weeks, almost I can say roughly another 2 months to go. Course is not yet over. We completed 1.5 months. Next, another 2 months will be there to go. So tomorrow, 9:30, if you guys are not able to do, I'll start with it and we'll continue this. Have your breakfast and come. That's it for today from my side, right? We'll meet tomorrow again. So thank you guys. Have a nice and wonderful day. Bye-bye guys. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rupal.